Hey, what's up everybody? Kurt here, and this is week 3 of my Japanese learning. I have 9 weeks until I go to Japan, and this week has been really great in learning a lot more Japanese. I've worked on all the areas, and I've especially gotten better at speaking and getting some more of the colloquial Japanese down. Konnichiwa, Kuruta desu. Yokoso shu san, juniji desu. Watashi no senko wa computer desu, Amerikanji desu, futago no ani ga imasu, watashi ni 10時間 Nihongo wo benkyou shimashite, watashi wa 10 kanji o natsuta. As you can see, it has improved a little bit, but I'm still not able to say a lot of what I want to say in Japanese, which is having me rephrase things and just give random facts like it's 12 o'clock. So I am really trying to push forward and learn more grammar, so I'll have a lot more in my toolbox that I'll be able to just talk about instead of just having to reference just a few small areas. This week I've really focused on reinforcement. I noticed that a lot of things slowing me down was that I didn't really have the basic concepts, really grasped. And that was all the way down to the 2 alphabets, which are katakana and hiragana. I knew no katakana, and my hiragana was just me trying to pick it up as I went along, looking up here and there. And I realized that wasn't working. It was slowing me down a lot. So I spent 2 days this week, 1 day on hiragana and 1 day on katakana, and I just went through everything and made sure that I memorized all of those so that, when I would look at something in the textbook, I wouldn't, slow down. Or what I was doing, and I noticed it, was my brain was actually dodging any of the phonetic alphabets or the kanji at all. I would just look at it and I'd try to find the English. And I know that wasn't helping me at all because, everything is going to be over in English over there, and it was just needless time wasted. So I made sure to go back and reinforce those key points, and it's helped out tremendously. I've been able to really engage with the textbook, and I've been able to push my learning really, really hard. And learning both of those really helped in my second set of reinforcement, which was going through the Genki textbook and making sure that I drilled lessons 1 and 2 really hard to, really get the basics down. And what I did was I went back and I went through each of the little sections in each one of those lessons, and I wrote all the notes down, and I made sure to go and look up on the internet, any parts I didn't understand that I needed more explanation on, looked up example sentences, and I went through and solidified all of that information. And now I don't feel like there are holes, which I really felt like before this week started. And that's always been my downfall when trying to learn a language, is I'd skip over something, or I just learned here and there, and the shoddy foundation at some point would collapse, and I would know so much about a language, but I wouldn't be able to piece anything together. Like if I knew like 1,000 kanji in Japanese, it would be great, but if I learned no vocab and no grammar, I wouldn't be anywhere in Japanese at all. So that's what I've been doing a lot in other languages. So this one I made sure to go back and fill in all the holes. This week, it was a little bit slowed on my kanji progression and my vocab progression because, I was focused on reinforcing. The kanji, I got 10 done this week, and for the vocab, I think it was somewhere around 25 this week. I'm going to show the graph right here. As you can see, it's just been going up, and it's been pretty steady since the very beginning. I'm spending about, on average, 3 to 3.5 hours a day studying Japanese. In February, I'm going to basically go into phase 2, and I'm going to try to up that to about 4 to 4.5 hours, and then in March, I'm going to bump that up to about 5.5 hours and really intensively study it right before I get there. I learned right now I'm on track to teach myself basically a year of Japanese, college year of Japanese before I get to Japan, which would be great because that would mean I could test into Japanese 3 once I'm there. And if I'm in Japanese 3, I can take classes that are like pronunciation, and one class which I'm really interested in is a class solely dedicated to preparing me for the M3 examination, which is my overall end goal, is by the time I come back from Japan to have an M3 certification. Next week, I'm going to really push hard into the new content again. I'm going to try to get Genki lesson 4 and maybe part of 5 done, and then I'm going to really push the kanji and the vocab, and also Japanese pod, which I've been neglecting due to the reinforcing thing. I'm going to go in there and try to really bump up my listening and my speaking abilities once again. So, thanks for joining me on this. Remember to subscribe if you want to see my journey from start to finish. I'm going to be doing this every single week, releasing a video on Friday. It's going to go all the way up till before and then actually in Japan, and I'll be filming a lot of the videos during my 4 months in Japan. So yeah, subscribe if you want to follow along in that journey. Thanks for watching, and until next week, ja mata!